Serious, what secret could ruin your life? Most people are under the impression that I do very well when it comes to talking to women, but not only have I not had actual sex in months, but the last time I did have sex I was raped. I was out of town and I stumbling home from a bar. I was so drunk that I couldn't find my hotel, so I decided to hitchhike. A guy picked me up and took advantage of me. I was so drunk that I only remember bits and pieces. I can't remember his face either. It doesn't really affect me that much because I try to pretend it never happened. When I do think about it though, it does hurt a lot. I never thought it would happen to me. I was so wrong. The amount of support I am getting from all of you is unbelievable. This really made my month already. Thank you all so much. My oldest son committed suicide in 2015. He shot himself in the head. Every day I talk myself out of putting myself in dangerous situations where I could possibly be killed or hurt because I miss him so badly and want to be with him. Thank you so much for the words of support and encouragement both here and in private messages. I appreciate all the thoughts. I want to assure everyone concerned that I am indeed seeing a therapist regularly, am doing okay, and I spend as much time with my younger son as possible. He's graduating high school next month and is our sunshine and joy, and through him my oldest boy lives on. I am humbled by the care and concern I've received from so many strangers. You guys are incredible.
Hey guys, much like you, I love reading people's stories on Ask Reddit. Unfortunately, there's a lot of weird middle school level, just thought experiment type hypotheticals like nice try Baskin Robbins. I don't find this compelling, so that's why I've made it my mission to trawl and crawl through Ask Reddit and find the very best content and put it in your ears. That's why I'm begging you, like and subscribe. If there's anything I can do to help you out, give you the kind of content that you crave to help you get through your workday, let me know in a comment. But please like and subscribe.
3 years ago I attended a local community college while living with my parents. Or so they thought. In reality, I hit a moment in my life where I realized I didn't want to go to college anymore after having been forced to leave NC State University due to money falling through. I sat at home, slept all day, and played on my computer with friends into all hours of the night. When my parents actually did stay home for the day instead of working, I'd go to school. Which was really me finding a shady parking lot to sleep in my car all day. Yes, it was massively uncomfortable since my area gets really hot in summer and really cold in winter. One time I even had to walk 3 miles in the snow, cold, and wind because I had to have my mother drop me off at the school. I then hid in the backseat of my car inside a sleeping bag I put in beforehand. I couldn't stretch my legs at all, so it was super uncomfortable, but at least it was warm. Anyway, I've essentially betrayed the trust of my parents, who are exceptionally great people. If they found out I did this, I don't know what they'd do. They think I have an associate's degree in computer science and I don't have the slightest inkling of the subject. I'm probably gonna die with the secret of my fake degree because I'd rather lie forever than hurt my parents with the truth. A lot of you guys have been asking really good questions, so I'll provide an FAQ here. Q. How did you lie your ass through graduation? A. I said I missed a credit and couldn't graduate. I finished the credit during the summer, and since the college doesn't have summer graduation ceremonies, they mailed me a diploma that was really one I had made. Q. What are you doing now? A. I'm currently waiting on deployment with the military in an unrelated field. Q. Do you want to learn computer science? A. I have no interest in it. I randomly selected a major. Q. Will you ever come clean? A. Probably not. I don't want to cause unnecessary pain, and my parents despise liars far more than normal. Q. I think you're depressed, are you? A. I am not depressed. I'm perfectly healthy. Call me a sociopath if it makes you feel good, I guess. Q. Did your parents pay for your tuition? A. No, there was no tuition because I never actually enrolled. I said my FAFSA covered the costs. Q. Why do this whole charade to begin with if you never enrolled? A. I was coerced by my parents to go into college, or else I would be doomed to a life of manual labor and pain. Edit 2. Alright guys, it's been fun chatting, but I'm gonna shut this show down for the night. I'll check back for the next few days and reply, but this is a throwaway, so don't expect anything amazing. Last year my mom died. She was remarried and they never had kids together. I'm married, living in another state, and have one brother. My stepfather told me his only regret in life is never having children of his own. He approached me twice, a couple weeks after mom passed, and said he would pay me money to have his kid. On the second attempt I told him never to ask me again. This has been bothering me ever since, and I've often wished he was dead in place of my mother. He's threatened me with his gun as well. In every conversation we have alone, he always has to remark about how pretty I am. I have yet to tell anyone this, and I'm banking on no one reading this. Has a phone number and an online chat function where you can talk anonymously to a trained counselor about what you're feeling and what your options are. They take anonymity really seriously. It's okay if you don't want to go to the police. That's your decision. But you should talk about it. I guess, the last good thread like this started 5 years ago today. So, I am 19. I am gay. My parents are very conservative Catholics and would disown me if they found out. Not only that, I have had oral and penetrative sex with several men. Most of my town are Orthodox Christians and would ruin my life if my secret ever got out. The issue is, my voice is changing, and now I sound like a gay person and cannot stop it. Hope this gets buried. About 18 months ago I was watching the movie Yes Man and decided I'd say yes to everything for 24 hours. I ended up taking an ecstasy pill in the city, then this woman said let's go do drugs, and I ended up buying and trying meth. It was in a crack house that was legitimately 10 meters across the road from the police station in the city's worst suburb. I then went to the casino and blew $1,000. Let's just say that watching Yes Man is a good way of getting yourself out of a rut. There's a meme that cycles around my FB community pretty regularly. A sex worker and a coal miner both make money with their bodies, but the sex worker is the only one who is told to feel shame. It's a job. It paid bills, fed you and your daughter, and kept a roof over your heads. And you won't develop black lung from having gone to work. Do you want to continue dating her? For reasons other than you're afraid of change. Your ideal wife will be someone whom you consider to be your best friend. You won't always like her, but you'll want nobody else by your side through this crazy adventure we're all on. I still have repressed memories from this moment. So basically I was a normal kid, living in suburbia. I made friends with another kid down the street who was around 1 year older than me. There's lots of pictures of us together when we were around 4. Anyway, he had 3 siblings, 1 brother and 2 sisters. One sister is now a real estate agent, the other a psychologist. But the brother, the oldest, was a stay-at-home deadbeat. This is when it started getting weird. The brother was thick as 2 bricks and didn't clear his history on the family computer. I was around 7 to 8 at the time when my 9-year-old friend said let's explore and clicked the search that said porn. I didn't know at the time what I was looking at. The closest I saw was watching MTV music videos. I didn't understand about the naked ladies, or the actual physical sex. Anyway, afterwards we went to his bedroom to play a game. He called it Tsunami, where there would be a tsunami coming and we had to hide. We did this by going under the sheets. After this, he pulled his pants down and told me I had to save the human race, and had to suck his penis. I believed him, with my innocent 8-year-old mind. Then, we did it again and he sucked my penis. And again, and he shoved his flaccid penis inside me. I didn't even know what was happening, if this was really sex. I also had to do that to him as well. I left his house that day, not really knowing what had just happened. I never told my parents, friends or anyone. After that, I stopped visiting his house, and he moved out with his mom after I started high school. To this day, I have a porn addiction which I think is connected to what I saw, with no real way to stop it. I also have a little bit of trouble talking to girls as well. I'm still trying to realize what affected my brain, as I identify as a heterosexual male. I've never heard from him in years, although I still sometimes see his dad, still living in the same house down the street. This is just for clarification for anyone wondering if I wasn't clear enough. This incident was a one-time thing. We never spoke about it again or mentioned it. Although this happened when I was around 7, I really only discovered pornography when I was around 12. I'm 15 now. My parents know about me watching my pornography, claiming most boys do that sort of thing. I highly doubt they know the extent of how much I watch and what I keep away from them. I earn pocket money for doing jobs. My parents aren't exactly rich enough to get a therapist. I am also too scared to come out to them about my addiction.
I turned 36 this year, and I decided to focus on my physical fitness, so I bought a swim club membership. The only problem was, most of the time when I go swimming, I wind up getting an ear infection. So it turns out that normal earplugs that kind of irritate your ear canal, they don't really work, they don't keep the water out, but there is an amazing kind of earplug called Mack Pillow Soft Silicone earplugs that, they feel great, they keep the water out 100%, they're reusable, and they don't irritate your ear canal at all, no issues. If you've ever had a severe ear infection, you don't want to experience that again. It can permanently damage your hearing if you're unlucky. So investing in these earplugs is definitely a good idea. Also, when my baby was crying later this year and I could not get to sleep, I used the same earplugs and they worked great. I was able to sleep right next to a crying baby. So be sure to click my affiliate link and purchase some of these Max earplugs today.
At the end of the day, you're right not to feel guilty. Yes, he was just a kid when he bullied you. No, he doesn't deserve that injury for what he did. Yes, it is unfortunate. But at the same time, you were a kid as well, and you were relentlessly pushed into attacking. It's an unfortunate situation all round, but I don't think either you or Jonathan are responsible. You were both kids. If someone attacked me like that and I punched them once, and they got brain damage as a result, I wouldn't feel guilty either. Kid or not. Really, the school did an insufficient job of handling the bullying. Or that we are a family, not just your place of employment. Bullshit. My family would never expect me to work a full shift plus unpaid overtime while I was sick. I hate when companies try to bond with its employees this way. I work for you, you pay me. End of transaction. Well, if he still tries to blackmail you with those same photos, play along with it, and have the police bust him, because a 15-year-old nude is definitely considered child pornography. Furthermore, you're 21 now, so your parents don't have to know anything about it. Okay, so my family are super religious, especially my mother. She wants me to be religious too, but I've become a bit disillusioned with religion. I know this would kill her, simply for the fact that she's a refugee and her reliance on a higher power has gotten her through all of her struggles and strife without even a lick of PTSD. She's a single mother also, and I just admire her so much getting to where she has without any help. I just don't think I'd ever tell her that I haven't been praying 5 times a day or even thinking about God in any way. It would kill her. I had a baby with sperm donated from a man who advertised on Craigslist. If my very religious family found out it wasn't an accident, I would be completely shunned and disowned. I am a female who is ugly. No, that's not the secret. But I am ugly because I have a facial deformity that I was born with. I've never had a long-term partner and only had sex a few times in my life. My biological clock was ticking loudly and I desperately wanted a child. There wasn't going to be time enough to meet someone, and my odds were non-existent as a middle-aged, ugly female. I own my home, have a career, but I didn't want to lose all my savings to pay to have it done through a clinic and sperm donation, etc. It would have been at least $15,000 per try. My chances of adopting were also almost non-existent, as any woman looking to adopt her baby out isn't going to pick the ugly, middle-aged lady to adopt their baby, plus is crazy freaking expensive. I wanted the money I had in savings, etc. toward raising the child. So I turned to Craigslist and got it for free. My child is a preschooler now and I've never been happier or more fulfilled. I pinch myself every day because my child is in my life and I feel so fucking lucky. Every day is a dream come true and I savor each and every moment. I try to be the best mom I can be in every way. Parenting really makes you take a long, hard look at yourself and how you show up in the world. I parent from my heart. I regularly send pictures and updates to the generous and selfless man who trusted me on a handshake. I posted about this a few years ago and there's more detail. Just keep them safe and always ensure where they are located so even you don't accidentally let them loose. I remember once I had some family pictures on my laptop and without thinking I gave it to a shop for repairs, without deleting those even though there was nothing even remotely bad. So I walked in about 20 minutes after I handed over laptop and found the guy is busy looking at all of my family pics. I got angry and immediately took my laptop back. I'm gay and a lot of my family friends are pretty homophobic. I know it's far too late for this to be noticed in the thread, but it just feels good to say it. Thanks guys, it really means a lot. I can't feasibly go through and respond to every nice comment, but I really appreciate it all, and it's really boosted my self-esteem. Thanks Reddit, this is the best advice so far. Don't go to HR or whatever and confess, it would probably end badly and most people at your job will find out. Try to see where you stand legally. And if you decide to leave you can get a good recommendation from them, but if you confess and they don't like it, it would be hard to explain your new employer why you left your last company. Coming out clean is not always the best decision, especially at work. Welcome to ITA? Sounds a lot like my job. I would rather be super busy all the time. My wife and I have been talking and it's stupid tough to leave this job. I'm bored off my ass and want something challenging. About a few weeks every month I get that, but the downtime kills me. However, for the money, I'll never find a gig that pays so well and is this easy. My boss and employer are great. The money is great. But being bored sucks. This was me last year. 5 years and she wanted to get engaged. She said I was the one. I wasn't sure, because she was the only girlfriend I'd ever had. So I pushed her to pursue her career while I traveled. By the time I came home 8 months later, I was ready to settle down, but it was too late. She had found happiness in another guy. I haven't heard her voice in over 4 months. I miss my best friend.
I turned 36 this year, and I decided to focus on my physical fitness, so I bought a swim club membership. The only problem was, most of the time when I go swimming, I wind up getting an ear infection. So it turns out that normal earplugs, they kind of irritate your ear canal, they don't really work, they don't keep the water out, but there is an amazing kind of earplug. It's called Mack's Pillow Soft Silicone earplugs that, they feel great, they keep the water out 100%, they're reusable, and they don't irritate your ear canal at all, no issues. If you've ever had a severe ear infection, you don't want to experience that again. It can permanently damage your hearing if you're unlucky. So investing in these earplugs is definitely a good idea. Also, when my baby was crying later this year and I could not get to sleep, I used the same earplugs and they worked great. I was able to sleep right next to a crying baby. So be sure to click my affiliate link and purchase some of these Mack's earplugs today.
Yes it is. Even if the guy is also underage, he'd get in trouble for distribution, at least in America. I know this because it happened to a girl in my middle school. She thought a dick pic another student texted her was funny and she posted it on her MySpace. His family ended up taking her to court. I was in the United States. In the state that he lived in, 17 was the age of consent, and I lived in a state where 16 was the age of consent, but only if the person was within a 4-year age gap of the 16-year-old. Trust me, I memorized those laws, but yes, it's for the best I ended it. He deserved better than someone lying to him. Throw away. I'm suicidal. My so doesn't know. I've been planning on killing myself for over a year. It would kill my parents and sister if they found out. My so would think I'd been lying to him with keeping this a secret from him. Some days are worse than others. I've gotten a dog recently and he's really helped me out. I've actually had a pretty good past few days. But the thought of your pills are next to the bed, go take them, is always in the back of my mind. The only thing that's stopping me is thinking about what my family's dog would do if they found me dead. I don't want them to go through that. Writing all of this out, and thinking about this has made me realize I need therapy. I'm making an appointment today. Thank you for all the love, both in my inbox and replying to my comment. It really means the world to me. Edit again, multiple edits are annoying, sorry. Can't believe the amount of support I've gotten for this post. I've made an appointment with a therapist for Friday, and I will be talking with my so about this tonight. Thanks again, you guys are the best. TL, Doctor, I killed my family. One night about a decade ago, when I was 8 years old, I couldn't sleep at night, so I was just walking around the house, looking for something to do. It was winter, so there was fire in the fireplace. I started playing with it, throwing stuff into it, watching how it burns. At one point, a big log rolled out of the fireplace. As a kid, I started to panic. I tried to cover it with a blanket, then ran out to the kitchen to get some water. When I came back, the whole living room was on fire. It was a wooden house. I was terrified, ran out of the house. Literally within a minute, it was burning like crazy. My older sister, younger brother, and mom, who was pregnant at the time, all died instantly. Dad was working a night shift. No one really questioned me. My room had window, and I said I left through it when I saw the fire. The real cause has never been found. My dad was absolutely devastated and a few weeks later shot himself. I found his body. I've been living with my grandparents ever since. No one knows what really happened that night. I spent half of my life with therapists. I hate myself, have a severe depression, attempted a suicide a while ago.
This year, like I said, I'm having a midlife crisis. I've started a YouTube channel and I'm on a big health kick. One thing that I found is very easy to eat, very easy to prepare, is I heat up chickpeas with chicken broth and tikka masala. And there are two schools of thought about how you should eat beans. Some people believe you should buy the dry beans and soak them, but I tried that and it was a disaster. So I buy canned beans every time. And if I'm opening like 2 cans a day to be on this diet, it is a massive pain in the ass if the can has this jagged metal edge. I'm worried if like little bits of metal are getting into my food, I'm going to slice up my intestines. So I found this special can opener that actually opens the can in a way that is completely safe, No metals getting in your food, and it is 1,000 times better than any other can opener I've ever used. So if you wind up, opening a lot of cans for whatever reason, maybe you've got a cat or something, you must buy this can opener from my affiliate link.